Every inbound lead looks the same in a spreadsheet until someone actually reads it. A $10,000 RFQ can sit in the same row as a newsletter sign up for hours, and nobody knows which one to call first. This video builds a lead scoring system inside n8n that scores every new lead automatically using rules you set, not an AI model making the call for you. A score you can see and change yourself. Here's what we're building. Every new row in this sheet gets a score in a tier the moment it comes in. Anything that scores hot fires an alert straight to Slack, so sales knows to call in minutes, not whenever someone gets around to checking the sheet. Let's build it from a blank canvas. Start with where leads actually come from, a request to quote form. Build this in Google Forms with fields for company name, contact name, job title, email, industry, the type of inquiry, and an estimated order value. Google Forms creates a link sheet automatically the moment you check the Responses tab. That sheet is what n8n is going to watch. We're going to review this a little bit and see if our fields are all good. And once you're all good, we're going to create this form. We're going to update the list here. First, we're going to update the type of inquiry. Put in sample request, request a quote, and a general question. And we're going to delete the last two options. Next is we're going to update the estimated order value. We're going to add $1,000 to $10,000. This one's under $1,000 or unspecified. And we're going to move that at the top and delete the rest of these options. Next is we're going to publish this form and we're going to copy the link for this form and we will open that later. In n8n, the trigger is a Google Sheets trigger node set to fire on row added. Connect your credential, point it at the sheet the form created. That is the document lead tracking pipeline, and the sheet is form responses. Next is we're going to fill the live form with some dummy data, and we'll see how this is received in n8n. So we're going to click Fetch Test Event, and this will give us the output of the form that we just submitted. The scoring logic. This is the core of the system, a code node that assigns points to 4 criteria and adds them up. Every rule here is visible. Nothing is hidden inside a model. Inquiry type is worth up to 30 points. I request a code submission scores the full 30 because it's the strongest signal someone is ready to buy right now. A sample request scores 15. A general question scores 5. Estimated order value is also worth up to 30 points. $10,000 or more scores 30. 1 to 10,000 scores 15, and anything smaller or unspecified scores 5. This is weighted equally with inquiry type because a huge order from an unfamiliar company and a small order from a clearly ready buyer both deserve attention just for different reasons. Industry matching is worth up to 20 points. If the stated industry matches your target verticals, manufacturing, distribution, industrial, automotive, construction, it scores 20. Any other named industry scores 10. Blank scores 0. That target list is just a variable at the top of the code. Change it to match whatever your own ideal customer actually looks like. Decision maker title is worth up to 20 points. Owner, C-level, VP, director, or procurement titles score 20. Manager, engineer, or buyer titles score 10. Anything else scores 0. Same pattern, the title lists live in a variable you can edit directly. Add the 4 together and you get a score out of 100. 70 or higher is hot, 40 to 69 is warm, under 40 is cold. Test it against the sample lead submitted earlier. Confirm the number matches what you'd expect by eye. So in this example, we have a score of 85. Currently, we have 60 as its score based on our code. So we're going to look at this one if it matches our current scoring system. So we've got industry as manufacturing, we have type of inquiry, request as a code, we also have CEO as a title, and estimated order value is $1,000 to $10,000. The score should be 85. But right now, we're trying to find out where the issue is. The titles are correct, the rest of the fields are correct, but we've got the inquiry type, which is the wrong label. We have type of inquiry instead of inquiry type. So we are going to change that. And we're going to execute this step again and see if it matches our 85 score. And that is the case, and we are now going to move forward with our next steps. We are now going to write the score back to the sheet. We need to add a Google Sheets note and set it to update row, match on the row that just came in. We need to map the score and the tier onto the columns in the sheet. We need to run it and switch over to the sheet, and we will see if the row shows a number and a label instead of sitting there unread. So we are going to drag and drop the score field to the lead score and the tier to the lead status. And then we're going to column match it with the email address and drag the email address to the email address field for values to update, and we're going to execute this step. And we can see here that these are the 3 fields that have been updated. And what we're going to see in our sheet is that the lead score and the lead status have been updated or has already a value. Not every lead needs to interrupt someone's day. We will add an if node checking whether the tier equals hot and warm and cold leads stay logged in the sheet, and they're ready for the sales team to review on their own schedule. Only hot leads take the true branch, which will go to a Slack node posting the details for that lead. So here we are dropping the lead status into the conditions and is equal to hot, and we're going to see that there is one item that matches our true branch and no items matches our false branch. So here we're going to add a Slack node that sends a message to either a channel or a user from sales or in sales. And it will be up to you if you're going to send it to a sales channel or not. And our message type is a simple text message that contains the company name, the contact name, the inquiry type or the type of inquiry, and the lead score. So we're just going to drag and drop all of those values, and we're also going to connect our credentials to make sure our sales channels are there or the list of users are going to be there. So we sent a sample execution for this one, and you can see here it in Slack. And once you're all good, review the workflow, check other things in the conditions or your true and false branches. Maybe you have other actions that you want to take. For example, for warm and cold leads, you might want to send that on a different channel and so on. Everything in the system is a variable, not a hard-coded assumption. The industries that count as a match, the titles that count as a senior, the point values themselves, all of it lives at the top of one code node. Someone with no coding background can open it. Change a number or add a word to a list, and the scoring updates immediately. That is the difference between this and black box AI score. You always know exactly why a lead scored what it scored.